connect to our Ujjayi breath. A robust sounding breath, one that you can hear, one that you can feel. We're focusing today on the quality of energy that brightens our cells, our countenance. So it's that little internal switch, that little alchemy, where that shift of focus completely shifts the kind of the inner state of our being. So some people will use this as a way to generate a different emotion, and that's an okay practice, a perfectly fine practice. I'm suggesting use that if you need to use that. More than generating an emotion or a sentiment, that there is a way of viewing, seeing, experiencing that is much more deeply ensconced in the heart, in the totality of our whole body, that allows us to feel a quality of brightness. Okay. Kind of like an unfiltering. So, if that's what we're searching around today to discover, then let the search begin. We'll start with a right over left cross of the legs. Any cross works fine. Taking the arms into eagle, inhale, reach the arms either outward, upward. Exhale the left elbow over the right elbow. And so we'll begin right off the bat, breathing into the back of the heart. And how is it that we view from, we experience in the back of the heart, where there's a brightness, it's a little internal shift. So if you have a strong skill set of noticing what's off or errant or what's not right, this is going to come as an intervention or a kind of an interruption to that kind of way of seeing. We'll release, we'll switch the cross of our legs. And then exhaling, we'll hook the right elbow over the left, arms in eagle. I use the word brilliance because there's a quality of viscerality to that. If it works for you, splendor, magnificence, miraculousness, awe, inspiringness, whatever works well for you or your tradition is perfect. A great perfection. How do we see perfection? Right? All right, inhale, let's unwind. We'll place the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. So you can grasp the kind of the base of the toe is a little inaccurate, but it's more the ball mounds, which is the most distal, furthest part of those long foot bones. And by pulling them, you can actually splay the foot. Until all those ball mounds are both spread and pressing each other. See how that works for you in your hip. And then set the left hand to the left thigh, inhaling. Into the low back, into the waist. And as you're exhaling, feel the neck grow softer. The neck to shoulder grows softer. And we'll release. I hope this helps you feel for bringing breath into the low back and the low waist. We'll switch to the other side. I hope I'm speaking loudly enough. I feel very soft-spoken in the room today, but you'll let me know if things need to be louder. I need to be louder. Inhaling into the right side, hip, waist, sacrum. And as you're finding those low belly muscles through the exhale, that dynamic abdominal kind of gathering, drawing in, drawing down to the ribs. It's all part of the organs getting stimulated, cleansed. Really important in our yoga process. We'll release, helping the legs together. To learn how to work with these abdominal muscles and these rib muscles is really fully in these breathing patterns. I wouldn't take a side bend through Lunge lizard. So I've got my right hip, heel, and hand lined up. The hand position is so that as my ribs kind of slouch toward my wrist, I'm getting a nice stretch in that more upper rib and armpit area. Just make sure this hand position is good on your wrist, your shoulder. Now notice how much more tension you can play with in this right side of the body simply by engaging the legs, pressing out through the heels, flexing the feet, spreading the foot bones, and shifting the pelvis. Note how just all that leg and pelvic move just pulls and draws on all of the tissue, fabric of the thorax. Now sustain that for a moment as you take one or two more deep breaths into your right side. So even though my ribs are slouching, there's a lot of tension, and I mean that in the best way. Sometimes the word tension gets a little roughed up in the connotative alley. I think it's a really great word. And release. We'll switch sides. Left heel, left hip, left hand. And we'll release. I will lie back. I'm going to have a block as my standby prop. You could use a roll, a softer object. And do some elbow to knee. So just us working with one leg reach at a time in combination with getting that low belly to kind of gather and almost like a squeegee, kind of push and move the fluids, the soft tissues. Here we go. So as we inhale, you feel breath reaching the low back, just as we'd had a moment ago. That deep, low down inhale, and then curl the tailbone just a little bit. Exhale, reach out through the left leg. Grab up that right foot for Brolga. Place that right foot in that inner left thigh. If you need another breath, go ahead and take another inhale. Exhale. Just press that inner left leg into the foot. Outreach. Outreach through the right thigh. Pull low belly down. Making sure the head is free of, that internal bracing or yanking. Let's release. Inhale, the knees back over the pelvis. Curl tailbone. Exhale the right leg out. Scoop up that left foot. Place it in the inner thigh. Let's take one more breath just for the setup round. Exhale. The right leg presses into the foot. Reach out. The left foot It's got that nice fulcrum. Reach out through that left thigh. Pull low belly down. Just check the head is free. Inhale, release. All right, one breath per side. Exhale the left leg out, the right foot plant, press out, reach. And as you're drawing the belly in, feel that the head rests in that left hand. Inhale. Sometimes when we're trying to activate areas around the groin, the base of the top of the neck can sometimes brace. We just check that. Exhale the right leg out, the left foot press. So pressing, outreaching, neck lengthy, soft, pull low belly down. All right, let's do another on each side. Inhale. Exhale, left leg out, reach, right foot press. All thigh bones out, reach, pull low belly down. Check the neck. Right side, left side. Here we go. Inhale. Curl tailbone, exhale, right leg out. Pull low belly down. All right, inhale, we'll let the head down. Exhale the feet down. We'll be setting up bridge, just so you can get a glimpse of the future. We'll be working Forrest, so having an object to prop your pelvis up will be nice, like blocks. Here we go. Inhale into low belly, low back. And just tag that large ball mound of the foot down and then spread all the other foot bones out from there. Exhale. The tailbone shifts up. The spine lifts. We are in bridge. All right, let's start with the left side. Draw that left ankle back with the left hand. And as we're in this Forrest, feel for the expansion, the softening through the front line of the body. I'm saying line, the front plane, sheath, surface. So as to get us kind of started with that, it's maybe the kneecap, the quad, the pelvis, the hip crease, the abdomen, the diaphragm, the ribs, all the way up to the collarbone. So using your legs, your pressure, your props, and all of those skills of kind of doming the ribs up and broadening with the breath, how can all of that in this configuration work together? So you start to soften and spread that whole front line of the body, the front side. We'll release the left foot. We'll trade sides. Draw the right foot back with the right hand. Now when we let the right foot up, or back to the ground rather, we'll move blocks out from underneath us. I hope you're getting some really great full breaths in this shape. Letting that front side feel that, the stretch of a full breath. And then we'll start to lower down out of bridge. And once you're lowered, we'll turn over, we'll press up, standing. All right. So we're going to work tree pose. And if you want to also work in a round of Uddiyana, if you think that would be fun, I think it's going to be fun. Here we go. We'll go right foot to inner left thigh. So let that left inner thigh, all those muscles, press, engage, and you can start to turn this right. It's kind of a rotation. It almost looks like it's swinging open. Rotating that right leg, that right hip. So you might feel a winding up in that. Okay. And if you're playing with a round of Uddiyana, why not here? So if you got those overhead arms, reach them up. So I'm just getting that increase of stretch. All right, we'll set the right foot down. Let's switch sides. It's kind of fun to learn how the organs and these tissues contribute to our sense of weight shift, balance, right? All right. All right. So if you want to try a round of Uddiyana, here we go. And release. We'll stand at the top for suns. Here we go. Inhale. Reach both arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll step the left foot back, arrow lunge. So start with the knee, place the foot. Exhale, press down through the top of the foot. Then the knee lifts up. And softly set knee down. Hands to ground. Exhale. Shift back. Chaturanga. Lower the belly to the earth. Cobra, inhale. So getting that little stretch through the diaphragm, the solar plexus area. So use your cobras to stretch the front of the body. Hands under chest. Exhale, downward dog. Arrow lunge. Inhale, left foot forward. First, the right knee placed down, top of right foot pressed down. Exhale, press down, knee lifts. And release. Knee down, inhaling the hands down. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, stand, reach arms overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale. Use the arms, lift the ribs away from the abdomen. Exhale, fold. When we inhale the right foot back, adopt some padding for the right knee as we draw the heel toward the buttock. If you reach long through the top of your right foot, you might have a nice, subtle yet significant adjustment in how you feel through the right hip. Release. Inhale, set the foot down, the hands down. Exhale, chaturanga. Cobra. Inhale. Reach the legs back. Draw the abdomen forward. So we're lengthening through the low back. There's no need to crunch the spine up. Exhale, lower, hands under chest. Downward dog. All right, here's that lunge on the other side. Inhale the right foot forward. Bring some padding under the left knee. Heel to butt lunge. So as mentioned this before, just try it out. the top of your foot, that would be your left foot in your hand, growing longer. It's like the toenail, the top of the foot, just all that connective tissue can be stretched just by extending, almost, I don't want to say pointing, but extending, pointing, like you're growing through all the toe tips. Yep, like you're sending them away from your kneecap. Just that little subtle foot adjustment might reawaken the rest of the leg line. And then release. Inhale that left foot down, hands down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right, easy twisting warrior. Inhale, left foot forward. Leave the right hand placed. Exhale, the left arm up. So let's use this move, this pose, to find breath access underneath the collarbone. Okay, so we were massaging the top part of the collarbone yesterday. So we know that this is a major lymphatic drainage point, right? Can you feel your breath flanking the sternum, topmost ribs, especially that left side? And get pretty energetic through the arms. That right hand push, and that left arm lift, reach, and then start to lift, reach back behind you. Finding out if the breath can broaden and soften those pecs, top of chest, that bronchial, thymus area. Inhale, we'll place left hand down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. All right, easy twisting warrior. Inhale the right foot forward. Leaving the left hand placed. Drawing the right arm up. The brightening is an internal switch. Again, it's a way of viewing and experiencing that's deeply ensconced in the body, and more specifically in the heart. Changing our way of perceiving can be a direct intervention to the critical eye, or the critical mind, or the discursive mind. Inhale, bring the right hand down to the ground. Exhaling, chaturanga. Now I'm saying upward dog. If you need cobra, use cobra. Inhale, upward dog, or come up. Moving, articulating the upper back and the chest toward the sky, toward the horizon in front. Exhale, downward dog. All right. We're going to set the knees down and do a little round of flash prep. I know you're wondering, when are we going to do something with the shoulders? So let's set up the right forearm, the left palm. Exhale, press knees off ground. And as a shoulder wrapping, sending the left elbow toward the left shin. So there you can feel those chest muscles coiling that elbow in. It's the chest, armpit, oblique muscles gathering in, supporting from the front side of the body. So it's front side activation, like a little corset or a hammock of support, which will help and allow us to now raise the right foot away from the ground for the fun of it and reach the leg. So the right arm is pushing the earth, which is a reach in our overhead direction. Reaching that right arm overhead to us. Reaching that right leg straight back away from our right elbow. And the left elbow has its own journey, kind of coiling, getting those obliques, armpit muscles to engage as you shift it back toward the back of your mat. And the sit bones lifting away from the head bones. There you go. Yes. Oh, I see the lightness. And we'll set the right foot down. We'll set the knees down. Fun. We'll switch sides. Left forearm down, right palm down. Here we go. Knees up. Make sure that right palm is placed well. Raise left leg. All limbs reaching, working. And we'll set the left foot down, the knees down. Inhale, hands under chest. Exhale, downward dog. All right. Inhale the left knee between your hands, pigeon. We're going to work pigeon where both hands can grab the right foot behind our back. So to do this from pigeon, if we're going to be removing some of our ground base, if you feel a little tippy toward the left, just create a little buttressing, get some blanket or such. The other thing that's really helpful is walk your own right thigh way back. So at the onset, before we even grab that foot, that right thigh, right hip, abdomen, it's getting sweet already. Okay? Start with the right hand can grab the foot. Now we can do this two ways. We can grab with the right hand and fold forward. Why would I want that? To have less curve or bend or compression in the spine. Okay. 2, I can grab with both, both hands. And now the foot draws the arms back. The chest melts forward. As I keep pulling with the foot, the chest keeps lifting up toward the sky. Release. Inhale the hands under the chest. Exhale, we'll slide the knees under the hips. So while we're here, we're going to set up a little dorsal fin. So place your right forearm down. Place your left palm down. We're going to use this left palm as a kickstand until we need it for something else. We'll exhale the knees off the ground. So that same leg we're working with, the right leg, lift, right foot off the ground, draw the heel toward your buttock. So this might be your dorsal fin, bending the right knee and lifting, reaching that thigh bone away from the pelvis. And if you wanted to play dorsal fin, left hand, very carefully reach back. Discover there's a foot there. Don't be afraid to just let it go so you can just softly touch the ground. Nice, nice. And we'll release, return to earth. We'll just press back to downward dog. All right, just exhaling, we'll press back, downward dog. We'll go directly to the other side. Inhale the right knee between your hands, pigeon. So 2 ways we can set this up. And it's just differing degrees of spine curve. Now take a moment to walk your left thigh back. The knee shall be behind the hip. Start with the left hand. Because maybe that's as far as you want to go. You can add in the right hand. And the key here is softening into balance. I actually find the softer I get, the less I have to course correct. It's more about finding that relationship to gravity through softening. And we'll release. So we'll slide, bring the hands under the shoulders. Slide the right knee under the pelvis. We're going to set up that dorsal fin on the other side. So it's the left forearm down. We'll place the right palm down as a as a ballast. Knees off ground. We're raising the left foot, and part one is heel toward butt, reaching back through the thigh. So even just doing that move, just bending the knee and lifting, reaching through the thigh, can be a wonderful back release. Okay, or two. The right hand can lift away from ground and attempt to meet its beloved foot. It's just a sneaky alternate way of getting abdominals in after a little back bend. So I hope you can feel that. Those obliques, those abdominals, helping with the balance. There you go. All right, we'll set the foot hand down. Downward dog. Hands under chest or shoulders. And we'll press back. Let's have a seat. And let's take a left over right. I'm suggesting shoelace. But if you need to modify or prop up, we'll start with a neck release on the right side. Inhaling, stretch your right palm away from your right jaw. And then accordingly tip your jaw joint so you feel like you're in a right area. And letting the head continue to relax left. I'm going to continue this outreach through the right hand, the right palm. As I move my right arm all across my body, I'm still reaching, so the neck is relaxed. It's picking up more and more stretch and tissue through the right lat, right elbow over left thigh. And release. Inhale, we'll unwind. Let's switch the cross of our legs. So we've got a shoelace right over left. Neck release to start. So let's kind of vision through this process here. I'll be starting with accessing the left side of the neck and then using a reaching motion to kind of pick up, gather, and draw all that left side tissue as we make our way toward twisting over the thigh. But let's start neck area, collar area. Once we get our head in a relaxed position, it's nice to just be able to follow our body with our inner eye instead of having to look up, see where we're going. So I'm going to let the head continue to tip right. And I keep reaching through this left palm. Inhale, starting to reach through that left arm, cross body, toward the right thigh. And then we'll hook that left elbow over the right thigh. When we don't feel our breath in and with our body, then we have to generate that sense of brightness. We have to kind of generate it, make it happen. But when we're feeling our body with our breath, the breath lands, we have a deep and rich connection to the felt sense of our breath. That brilliance is what we feel as our body opens. It's what we feel as the breath and the body are in union. So it's a way of seeing, it's a way of experiencing. Inhale, unwind from the twist, unwind the legs. And let's take a rest moment, Shavasana or whatever allows you to just enjoy kinetic quietude. The body is at rest. I think there's a little bit of a difference between rest and stillness, but they're deeply related. To me, rest is to do with the maybe the effort. We want to exert as little effort as possible. And as we pare away exertion, we find a degree of stillness. It's like peeling away the layers of doing or fixing or moving or and it's not only a stillness, like a non-movingness, it's a stillness as in an imperturbability. There is something that cannot be perturbed. It has nothing to do with control, controlling the environment or variables. But is simply imperturbable. When you're ready, bend knees. And turn to a side and press up. Namaste. So great to have you. All right, have a wonderful day.